Hi, my name is Emerson Swinford, and this is my video lesson on another classic solo by Kath on the song Make Me Smile by the band Chicago. I break the solo down into 8 different phrases that make it easier to digest and learn. And you're going to hear me at the beginning of each phrase playing along with Terry's original solo, but I've slowed it way down, like 50%. You can follow along here for free, but tablature is also available on the link below from my website. This is a great solo, a great way to work on your picking in a musically satisfying way. So that's it. Let's get started, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so at speed, it's super fast, and it's hard to do those string skipping. And by the way, I know some guys speculate or want to believe that it's open string. It really isn't that sound. You can hear it's clearly a thick string, and it doesn't sound like an open string either. But don't take my word for it. Go to YouTube. Look up the Tanglewood Show, and in about an hour and 12 minutes they're playing Make Me Smile, and Terry starts playing the solo up at the 12th fret, doing it this way. So with that out of the way, I'll just play this as slow as I can. It's difficult to play this slow, believe it or not. Triplets. And you'll notice I'm double picking some of them. Most of them are just single picks. Once he skips to this, but this is double picked, double picked, double picked. So 3 notes are double picked. That's how he played it. It is possible that he hit those notes on his upstroke inadvertently, but either way I'm teaching it exactly how it is. So triplets, I'm pick slanting to play this. That's not something that comes naturally to me, and this has been a good way to work on that, musical way to work on it. If you don't know what pick slanting is, look it up on YouTube, but basically this is exaggerating, but the pick is going more like this as opposed to that. I normally pick like that, and this is more up and down. The pick is sort of, if you can see that. I normally pick a little more perpendicular, and I can do it at a medium tempo, but when it starts getting blistering fast, the slanting seems to help. It's kind of cool way to work on that if that's not something that comes naturally to you. So here we go again. This is the whole phrase. I'll play as slow as I can. So actually, once you get it down, it's not that difficult at sort of a medium tempo. It's at the crazy tempo that he's playing it at that really requires a lot of double espressos for me to play it anyway.
Let's move on to the next phrase.
Okay, so that's a short little phrase. I view it as a sort of a transition from that string skipping picking workout that's phrase 1. My pick is still slanted down, which again isn't natural for me, but it's something that this solo has helped me work on. Let me play it slow and then we'll talk about a few things. Even slower. So you'll hear that little A note jumping out, open string. Check it out. Here. So I don't know if he intended to play it or it's just a little ghost note. Whatever it is, it's in there, but it's just really fast, especially at this blazing speed that this solo is played at. Just like we'll call it a ghost note. It's not even that clear on the recording. It's more just like anyway, that's how fast it's going by, even faster, I think. And you can see it's just a little blip.
Okay, so that's phrase 2.
Okay, so cool bluesy phrase. Sounds like he was listening to some Kenny Burrell or some of those guys, even early George Benson. So let me play it slow and then we'll talk about a few things. Okay, one more time. Okay, one thing I want to point out is at this point it gets a little difficult for me because I'm going from when I'm doing that pick slanting to sort of the normal way that I pick. And this might just be me. Maybe you're more coordinated than I am. But, you know, we go from that previous phrase and then I start picking a little bit more normal for me. Not so down, pick slanted down. So again, here's that previous phrase. So that seems easy, you know, I'm doing it nicely now, but at the blazing tempo, for some reason transitioning back to how I normally pick, it might just be me, but something to be aware of. Anyway, back to the phrase. Again, all 12th fret blues stuff here, which is great. Starts with a hammer on 12 to 14 on the D string. And you sort of trap the string with your pick on those short little sassy things that he's doing there. So one last time. And again, I'm trying to swing it, and you should too, because that's how he did it. You know, it's not sort of Humpty Dumpty. There's a thing to doing swing, especially at that tempo. It's, to me, I get a little hung up on it because I'm like, man, he's swinging, and it's so fast. But
anyway, that is phrase 3.
Okay, so we'll play it again slow and then we'll talk about a few things. So it's kind of a, he's using the blues scale and then sort of switches to this Dorian mode, which is kind of a Terry thing. You know, he does that quite a bit. And so this being more of the blues. So all that, obviously, stuff you've heard before, hopefully. And then he transitions into this Dorian mode, which I'll sort of point out as I play it. Right here. So. Notice that slide. So I'm going to play the whole thing again.
And that is phrase 4.
Okay, so in a way it's a simple phrase, just a repeated motive, which is really cool. At tempo, again, it's you might lose count of how many. I sort of do it by ear, but I've counted it out, so check it out. So it's so 4 of those, just 12 to 14 on your G string. So and then upstroking on the 12th fret here. So that's 4 of those. So let me do that whole thing again. Okay, so again, 4 of these, and then 4 of these. And at tempo or closer to it, it sounds like this.
Okay, that is phrase 5.
Again, that Terry sort of blues phrase that he uses, and he's swinging again, as I talked about before. And then he winds up back in the Dorian mode as he did on the last phrase. So it's a similar phrase. Let me play it slow and we'll discuss the finer points. Okay, so it's really moving down the blues scale and moving into this Dorian thing at the end. Let me go through it again, nice and slow. So you saw how it moved. I sort of paused there. You saw how it moves into this Dorian. Is how that phrase ends. Moves as he's coming back from the lowest note. Again, let me play the whole thing slow. Again, the tablature has it all exact, precisely correct. It is hard to play slow.
But I think you are getting the picture.
Okay, so that is phrase 7. It's seemingly simple. It's just a pull off 12 to 11 on the G string and 14 on the D string. Repeated motive. Easy to play. That's all it is. At tempo, you sort of get lost on how many times you do it. That's where I often screw up when I'm trying to play this solo. So here's how I think of it. He does 3 of them sort of broken up like this. And then he does 7 of them back to back like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then into the last bit. Again. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Again, whatever. I count 4 and then 3 together for that the second time. But that's the only tricky part about that, is just sort of losing where you are, especially when you're blazing by and it's going. So that's it. On to the next phrase. It's a walk down the blues scale, similar to what he's done in a lot of his solos. Right? And then he slides into this double stop, which is C sharp on your E string and E on your A string, or 9th fret on your E string, 7th fret on your A string. So let me do that whole thing one more time. Right, and on the album version, it goes into the breakdown section there. On the single version, I think they did this edit, and it goes back into the. By the way, check out his rhythm playing on. Go to YouTube and you can look "Make Me Smile" up isolated, and this will come up, which is where I got all of it to slow it down. But his rhythm playing is exceptional, and a great vocalist as well. The complete package, Terry Kath. I hope you enjoyed the lesson.
And please click subscribe.
Thanks a lot.